Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5350R Advanced Research Annual Calendar. You can see this 2006 limited edition of 300 pieces in rose gold and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Patek Philippe 5350R. Now, the 5350R was the second in the Advanced Research series, which started in 2005 with the 5250, an annual calendar featuring a silicon escape wheel. In 2006, it became an annual calendar featuring both a silicon escape wheel and the first application of Patek Philippe's now de rigueur Spiromax silicon hairspring technology. Now, we'll see it on the case back in a moment, but let's appreciate what makes this watch an aesthetic and ergonomic standout. Traditional size is one of those features. 39 millimeters across the round of the case from 9 to 3, not including the crown. The watch isn't particularly slim, but nor is it thick. 11.3 millimeters with a generously sloped case profile and a rounded dome-style bezel. It will easily slide underneath even a tight dress sleeve. From lug to lug, it's quite compact, spanning only 46.7 millimeters across the wrist. You can easily wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference with proportion, security, and style. It's also a watch that has well-shaped lugs such that it does really wrap itself around the periphery of the wrist rather than flare out. You can see the shape of the lugs, delicate, handsome, sculpted, with compound curves and sensuous lines. There are hardly any straight lines or sharp geometries on this case, so it does incredible things with light, almost like a surface of flame or molten metal. Now, the strap is a handsome dark brown alligator leather on the top with a monotone stitch and a folded edge. You can see on the bottom it has the characteristic Patek Philippe pull tab spring bars, so with nothing but your nails you can dismount the straps for close cleaning beneath the lugs or for swapping the straps outright. The watch features a full rose gold deployant clasp, beautifully executed inside and out, featuring a filigree style Patek Philippe Calatrava cross for absolute security while donning or removing at bedside. The timepiece, all of high polish, wears its polish well. This is a treatment that can overwhelm in combination with colored gold and large cases, but on 39 millimeters and slim, it wears perfectly. You'll also note the pronounced step between the case band and the domed style bezel. It's a handsome distinction that breaks up the mass of metal and imparts additional elegance to the composition. Now, the dial of this one is a standout. If you can imagine aerospace grade stainless steel or the surface of a DeLorean with a beautiful directional metallic grain, it looks like that. It looks like brushed steel. Now, the satin finish actually runs from top to bottom, so it's directional from 12 to 6 rather than splaying out from the cannon pinion like a sunburst would. Railroad style minutes and seconds outboard, luminescent leaf-style hands in 18-karat rose gold, and a counterweighted lancet-style seconds. You can see all of the indices as well as the tri-Arabics 9, 12, and 3 are diamond polished and hand-applied. They add depth as well as tonal contrast to the dial, and you can see from this angle that the sub-registers for the day and the month are slightly dished to add yet another focal plane, with a crescent-style moon phase and a date anchoring the dial at 6 o'clock, along with a 6 o'clock placement of the Patek Philippe script, an uncommon application of the corporate marquee. Also note small dots of luminescence outboard of each of the hour stations along the railroad-style track. Now, turn the watch over and you begin to get a sense that this is something beyond the ordinary. While the 324 is generally Patek Philippe's workhorse movement, center rotor automatic that is, you can see this one is anything but standard. First, there's the notation Patek Philippe Advanced Research. This is the second of the Advanced Research series. While the original featured a silicon escape wheel, the second in the series right here features both the silicon escape wheel and the Spiromax. You can see its slight blue hue, the Spiromax silicon hairspring, and actually the bridge itself, the balance cock, has been inscribed with the name Spiromax, which is a departure from convention, not used really before or after. It's something that's unique to the Advanced Research series. The combination of the magnifier and the scripting, both underneath the caseback crystal and on the bridges themselves. Now, what are the advantages of this? Well, it endows the watch via Spiromax with greater anti-magnetism, and resistance to thermal variation in the performance of the hairspring at different temperatures, and the escape wheel itself minimizes the need for lubrication, decreases parasitic losses, and improves maintenance interval. Now, in time, a full escape wheel and lever would be added, as would the Gyromax SI compound gold and silicon balance wheel, but this was a pioneer, the second in the series and one of 300 made. Now otherwise, it's a hand-finished Geneva hallmark, so old school of course. This was a 2006 watch. The Geneva hallmark went away in 2009 on Patek Philippe, but it's a hand-finished caliber 324. Beautiful linear Côte de Genève across the bridges. You can sort of see that from this angle right here. Richly textured. This is not of the stamped variety. You can see circular Côte de Genève across the winding rotor itself. And then at the very center of the rotor, note the presence of a tight and even perlage, an identical treatment applied on the base plate beneath the balance. All of the screw heads are black polished and their slots are chamfered. It's also important to note that the edge of each bridge, if I turn the watch square to the camera, you'll see the gleam off the edge of the bridges. This is the mirrored anglage, rounded, optically smooth, applied by hand over several steps in a multi-step process. This is not a simple beveling by machine. This is gorgeous hand-laid, and if you buy this watch, I encourage you to also invest in a loop, even though it has one built in. Unidirectional winding action imparts efficient winding, and the watch has a 35 to 45 hour power reserve fully energized. There is a power reserve scale at 12 o'clock, so if you wish to manually wind the watch, you can quickly incite the sweep of the power reserve scale towards fully up. It also provides a quick check against the rundown of the movement, as this is a complex calendar. You may want to put this one in a pride of place within your collection so you can wind it periodically if you're not wearing it. But why wouldn't you wear it? Perhaps the only knock against the watch is that the caliber predates the application of Patek's use of hacking seconds for its in-house movements. But other than that, there's nothing to fault. A handsome, scarce, collectible, and historically significant Patek Philippe complication. You can see and you can own this 5350R Advanced Research Annual Calendar Limited Edition on our website.